Hey everybody, I'm the 13th Wolfman. You know what? This is my top 10 best horror films for 2010. Now, I saw a lot of stuff this year, independent, Hollywood made, just a little bit of everything, and I'll say this right now. This 2016 was a good year for horror, if you ask me. So let's get on with it. Coming in at number 10. Coming in at number 10 is this really cool independent horror film. I've had the pleasure of having the director and some of the cast on my show sit down, and that would be All Through the House. Directed by Todd Nunes. Ashley Mary Nunes is the lead actress. Lito Velasco is in it. Johanna Ray is in it. Everything about this movie I loved. It's a holiday horror film. Nothing wrong with that. It seems like next to clowns, Santa Claus or Christmas is the next trend right now as far as horror goes, and nothing wrong with that. I watched this movie, and this movie takes its time to get it right. But it also takes its time to pay a homage to quite a few movies that came before it. One of them being The Burning. There's the use of garden shears, so it's like wink, wink, nudge, nudge to that, and a few others. So that's number 10. I'm glad to say All Through the House is my number 10 movie, number 10 horror movie of 2016. And coming in at number 9 is Incarnate. Now, this was a Hollywood film that had, what's his name? Aaron Eckhart. See? And it's a possession film, but it's a possession film on a whole different level. Instead of it being all about the kid or the person that's possessed, it's all about Aaron Eckhart's character, who actually has developed a way to go into the subconscious of the possessed. It's a really, really cool movie. I really enjoyed it. I think this one kind of like just slid by everybody. I mean, it came out around October, November. I saw it. It was a good movie, but no one was talking about it. I say if you get a chance when it comes out, check it out. Coming in number 8, Morgan. Morgan's another one of those movies where it's kind of like Splice, or Frankenstein for that matter. It's kind of a modern day Frankenstein where they develop this kid. They develop a person in like a test tube type thing, and they try to unleash the rest of the DNA. They say that humans only use about 10% of the DNA, and a lot of it's locked up. It's recessive, or just we just haven't got to the point where we've unlocked it yet. So they've kind of like taken that idea and run with it a little bit farther and said, okay, we found a way to unlock the recessive genes that lay dormant in our body, or the dormant genes, I guess is what I should say, not recessive. And it's a good movie. It's a very good movie. I enjoyed everything about this movie. It's more of a thriller than a horror film, but I really liked it, so I had to throw it on the list. Coming in number 7 is Ouija, or Ouija, however you pronounce it, Origin of Evil. Now, last year, a movie came out called Ouija, whatever you want to call it. I say Ouija because there's an A at the end of the word, so... But last year a movie came out, and it was about these girls that find this Ouija board, and they play with it, and bad things happen. Well, this is basically a prequel to that, and it explains where the board came from. And there's this family of 3, a mother and 2 daughters, who are basically grifters, con artists. I mean, the mother claims to be a psychic back in the 60s. Back in the late 60s, early 70s, and she, she's got a daughter hiding in a cabinet, lighting the candles from inside, and they figured out all these little tricks to make people believe that, you know, hey, we're really talking to the other side. Well, one day, as a prop, she goes to a toy store and she buys a Ouija board because, you know, it's a game, according to Milton Bradley. And she takes it home, and it's just another prop. They figure out how to make that thing. They figure out how to make I want to say it's not, I can't think of the word of it, but they figure out how to make it move, you know, and the youngest daughter starts playing with it, and she awakes something evil. Let's put it that way. This is a really cool movie. Is it a great movie? No. Is it a good movie? Yeah. Kind of like Ouija. I saw that movie last year, and it's not a great horror film, but it's not a bad one. It's kind of like run-of-the-mill, and I even said that in the reviews I said about this movie. It's run-of-the-mill, it's an average movie, but I was entertained. Same thing with this one. I was entertained with this movie. I enjoyed it a lot. I like the idea of how everything kind of like ties together. So, with that, number 7, Ouija, Origin of Evil. Coming in at number 6, Don't Breathe. Oh my God. This was the craziest movie that came out. I know that Kevin, A-Knuckle, over on the Dorkening, and myself, we both saw this, and we were both kind of like really surprised on how well this movie was. Who'd have thought that, you know, 3 teenagers trying to rob a blind veteran or something like that could get into as much trouble as they did, and they did. It was a very insane. This is a roller coaster ride. Just imagine getting on a roller coaster and you're completely in the dark. You have no idea what's going to happen next. That was this movie in itself. You're just like, you have no idea what's going to happen next, and everything that happens comes at a surprise, and it's a really cool way for them to make this movie. I don't know if I'd see a sequel to this, because I think they've kind of like run the gamut on the story, but just to see Don't Breathe, yeah, it was well worth it. Waiting for this to, well, I think it's out. I just haven't picked it up. I picked up a lot of stuff during Black Friday, so whatever. Coming in at number 5 is The Shallows. Yeah. The Shallows. Again, I had this on my top 10 movies of 2016, and now it's on my top 10 horror of 2016. And Blake Lively plays a girl that's a little lost, you know, emotionally right now. She lost her mother. Everything that she believed in, that she's just trying to find herself. So she goes to this beach that her mom served like 25 years before her. She found it. It's a secluded beach, and she's there, and she doesn't know the name of it. She asked the locals what's the name of it, and they didn't tell her. And so she gets there, and she starts surfing. She's having a good time. She meets a couple of the locals, and then the bad stuff happens. She finds out that the waters are shark infested, and she's stuck out there in the middle of the waters for a while. Now, this sounds like could be a boring movie, but it's not. It's a very interesting movie. They found a really cool way to. It's not just Jaws. It's not just Jaws or Bait or, you know, or the million other shark movies, which I love shark movies. It's not just that. It's a really cool story. I really enjoyed this. So if you get a chance to check out The Shallows, and Blake Lively always looks good in a bikini. Coming in at number 4, Purge, Election Year. Now, I'll be honest. When the first Purge movie came out with Ethan Hawke, the way that they put a trailer out and made you think, oh wow, this movie's going to be great. This movie's going to be awesome. This movie's going to be just off the wall. It was nothing more than a home invasion movie, and I was really perturbed at the fact that that's the way it played out. The following, I don't know if it wasn't the following year or two later, they came out with Purge Anarchy. Now, I was like, okay, I saw the first one. I wasn't really happy with the first one, but I'll see the second one, just to give it a second chance, you know. Purge Anarchy. Loved that movie. That movie was top tops above the first film. So what do? That movie does so well that they do a third movie, Purge Election Year. And they bring one of the characters from Purge Anarchy back. You know, and I like the idea of this movie. Honestly, I don't think they can go any farther. I think 3 movies is good. I just don't see how they can. You know, I mean, there's not much story left, to be honest. You know, in this one, a senator running for president wants to get rid of, you know, Purge Night. And in that night, they have finally, the people that want Purge Night have set in motion a law that the government people are no longer protected from, you know, from Purge Night. So they're trying to eliminate the so-called senator, and it's all about her surviving the night. And I mean, it's a good movie. It's a really, really good movie. But like I said, I just don't know how much more they could stretch the storyline. I think this third movie is probably I mean, they can try to make a 4th film, but honestly, what's the purpose? You know. So that is my number 4. Coming in at number 3, 10, Cloverfield Lane. John Goodman, again, this was on my best of list of 2016 of all movies. And John Goodman, again, deserves an Oscar for this movie. Mary Elizabeth Winstead deserves to be recognized for this movie. Is it a direct sequel to Cloverfield? No. Well, no one, again, I say no and yes. Okay, I'm not giving anything away. Supposedly, in the movie, John Goodman's character worked for the company from the movie Cloverfield. There's an envelope that has the name of the company on it in the movie. That's the connection. I mean, that's it. So, I mean, I love the movie. I think it was very well done. I don't know if they could do another movie, but I really love this movie. And again, I'm in love with Mary Elizabeth Winstead, so not a problem. Coming in at number 2, Bite. Oh my God. Yes, Bite. Bite was an awesome movie. This, I got a horror pack from the guys from horror pack to open and review, and Bite was in there, and oh my God, this movie was just freaking awesome. Some people say, well, it's just a rip-off of The Fly. It's more than just, I mean, it's more than just a Fly knockoff. There's more to it. The look of the girl is awesome. The look of the movie is great. The story is freaking cool. And just what happens to her apartment when the bad stuff happens. Oh my God. This movie was just, I just loved everything about this movie. That's why it's number 2. And coming in at number 1 is Conjuring 2. Yep, I said it. You're probably all going, oh my God, really? But yeah, I thought Conjuring 2 was just that much more better than The Conjuring, and I loved The Conjuring. In fact, Kevin from the Dorkening, who I do Horror 101 with, we did a review for my channel where we talked about The Conjuring 2, and he loves The Conjuring. He liked The Conjuring 2, but I was like, I think I like Conjuring 2 just a little bit more than Conjuring, you know. But there was parts that he thought were kind of freaky. There were parts I thought were just kind of freaky. Nothing that scared us, just kind of gave you that eerie feeling. It was just kind of a odd feeling all around. Conjuring 2, this is one movie I want to see actually more of, because it's not just a continuation of a story. It's the next one. We have Ed and Leslie Warren, who basically were digging in their diary of stories, you know. So the first one was one thing, the second one's another thing. The third, they can continue on as long as they go by the book, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So what do you think of the top 10 horror films of 2016? I want you to tell me. I want you to subscribe, and share. Comment. Did I leave something off here? Because I went through the horror movies, and this is the list I came up with. Is there something I'm missing? I mean, did you like Clown? Did you like 31? I haven't seen Clown. I haven't seen 31. That's why they're not on the list. But tell me what you would have done with your list. With that, I'm the 13th Wolfman, and of course, I'm on the prowl.